again?
I don't know where he is. He may have forgotten about the show. I'm not sure. It hurts my feelings. So he does. What kind of shirt you got on there? What is that?
Tommy
Puma?
Bahama.
Oh, Tommy Bahama. I got some Tommy Bahama stuff. I like that.
You've never worn it. All you wear are those black T-shirts from wherever.
Costco du jour.
A year later, and you're still wearing the same black T-shirt. Oh my God! I thought this was an informative show.
It's like 2 years later. What are you talking about?
I've only been on the show for over a year, right?
Is that what you've been on for? Yeah, that's right. The show's going for a while, and then you start begging to come on, right?
Yeah. I don't think that's the way it went, but yeah, probably.
Oh, you did.
Hey, Jesus, I missed 2 or 3 weeks, and I get messages, and I get emails, and I get like, where the hell have you been? Well, come on.
Yeah. That's what I mean. People want you on the show, and they're disappointed. You've got other priorities, obviously.
Yeah, there's things that are going on, So, yeah, the bottom line is, and I've sent you an email. I can't commit every week now. Going into summer, there's just too much stuff going on.
Well, this could be a priority for you, don't you think?
What, the show?
Yeah.
Well, like I just said, do I have to reiterate?
Hold on 1 second here. So Susan brings up, you got a little schnocker the other night there.
Hey, was that 5 to 4 in the morning or 5 to 4 in the afternoon?
I would assume it's 5 to 4 in the morning.
Well, no, then that wouldn't be me, because I don't even stay up. I get up at that time. I don't go to bed at that time.
Oh God, that was I saw that video. I had to go back and watch it again. Things are really that funny.
Where do you find it?
I went on YouTube, was just searching around. I think I went drunk something, and a whole bunch of stuff came up.
So when you go on YouTube and drunk stuff comes up, my name comes up, or is just insert here?
Well, I think of things that you would be doing.
Yeah.
So I think it may have been drunk golfing or something I did today. Somehow it got to that.
You know how you're in your backyard having a whatever tequila, a red tequila with whatever. That's exactly where I am in my backyard.
Right.
Just different venues, different scenery.
Oh God, nothing better. The day's all done. Nice weather outside. Go sit outside, have a nice cocktail out there. Oh God.
Well, I got to tell you, we've had more freaking rain, and now. So last year at this time, our temperatures for 3 days in a row were at 108. This year it'll get to 85 or 86, which is normal, but we've had no weather, like nothing. It's been rain and it's been shits. So
is that usually this time of the year? Is that how it is? Or
well, usually June is pretty good. Then July kind of rains, but so now we're going to get 2 weeks straight of nice weather.
Yeah. This is Danny. Here's my buddy right here. Well, Danny has some good questions. Tom's new GM, the Costco. Well, at least we got one Greshner on the show here. Ron's sister is on.
She watches every week.
Yeah,
which is
more than her brother does. Yeah.
So Ron, what do you say to Ron? Like, you give me shit when I commit and then don't show up, or I don't show up. So what are you going to say to Ron?
What do you mean I give you shit when you don't show up? You never just don't show up. You let me know in advance that you can't make it. I'm disappointed by that, but I'm not going to give you shit. I'd like you to be here for the entire show every week. It's 1 hour a week. Correct?
Yeah, so is a massage, and so is physio, and there's a lot of things that can last an hour, Tom.
What kind of massage do you get? God.
Did you know that your groin goes from your groin all the way to your ankle, and that a lot of back pain you have is associated to your stomach and to your hamstrings and to everywhere else in your body? I just learned that going to massages.
So your groin muscle goes all the way down to your ankle.
Yeah, hey, quote that. Look it up on whatever.
Okay, we'll look it up.
Dr. Ned.
So who chose that? The therapist?
Yeah.
Was this a female or male therapist?
I don't know. Guys touch me, Tom.
So you had a girl working on your groin?
No, she works on from my calf or down to from my ankle because of my knee all the way up to an appropriate area around my hamstring.
I got you. So she even actually worked like on the upper part of your groin near little Johnny.
No,
Okay.
I think that wouldn't. Isn't that how some people get in trouble? Like
I think so. Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That quarterback.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's right too. Although he settled with what are they 24? He settled with 20 of them. I think he did.
Yeah.
So.
How the hell does that work? Like, how can you get out of something like that when you have 24 people that have complained about you? Like, obviously,
well, there's apparently the police down there reviewed it and they didn't do anything criminally wrong. There was no. That's what they said.
Can you elaborate then?
So there's civil suits, so they're.
No, but what do you think he did?
Well, I think what he did was he was getting a massage, and then he tried to force them to do a little bit more than the massage. Tried to work on little Johnny, or I don't know how big his Johnny is, but and then the girls. And at first, when you hear it, you think, "Wow, maybe it's a setup, it's an athlete." But if it's 24 girls, it's just
something went wrong 24 times.
Right. So his take, I think he's come out and said that yes, things happen, but it was consensual.
Yeah.
What are you saying?
And on that topic, how's that special someone of yours?
You're that special someone in my life, Mel.
That's it.
Did you see where I made? Did you see where I made? Speaking of special, where I made.
Deborah Meserhausen and all Susan and everybody just wants to just give us a little tidbit of that special Sunday, Father's Day special Sunday. When the crew came over, at what time did that special somebody come over on that special Sunday?
Family came over with a big bottle of tequila. My son and his wife, my oldest son and his wife, my youngest son and his girlfriend, and we made sushi and drank tequila.
So there's no more special someone?
I didn't say there ever was or ever wasn't. I mean, we don't get into personal stuff on this show.
Oh, okay.
Oh God.
So I found Danny DeVito is messaging me. So Danny's worried about my state of health and what's going on in the mountain and shit. And right. I didn't realize, but he just stated he's never been married. Danny
hasn't. Wow.
Danny's never been married. Right there.
Just goes and gets a happy ending.
And everybody not me. Like everybody says he might be the smartest guy in the world. Right?
Well,
and he's your buddy.
I know. For somebody like you that stayed married, I actually was bragging about you to somebody the other day about what a great father you are, what a great husband, all that kind of stuff. Can't remember what it was. Oh, we started to do a show on Tuesday with this woman who's a registered hypnotherapist. Very, very intelligent young woman.
Yeah.
And somebody had made some comment about you, and I explained to her who you were and how you act grouchy like this, but that you're actually a very nice man. I don't know if I should have lied to her like that or not.
But she didn't know who I was.
No. I met her when Ron and I flew to Raleigh for Game 5 of the Carolina series. Getting on the bus on the way back to the plane, I sat beside this young gentleman who worked for the Rangers, and really intelligent guy, very thoughtful, and everything like that. We got chatting, and he mentioned that his wife did this hypnotherapist. And I said I'm trying to do a bunch of stuff on mental health. So she contacted me. I got back with her, and then we the show.
I did not see that show. No.
It's Tuesday at 1:00 Eastern. I'm married 30 years and I'm intelligent. Wow, he's pretty confident man. Good to be confident, right?
Yeah.
So what is going on? How's your golf game? I saw you were in touch with was it Rod Shutt?
Yes, Rodney Shutt. After I played with Roddy and Gary Risling in Baltimore with the Baltimore Skidley Jacks.
Right.
And so that's got to be 40 years now. So I see he's gone back to Ontario. Platty Graham, another guy who I played with on that team.
Well, that's the guy that he beat me up in junior. Right?
Well, most of the guys except for Robert Pickard beat you up. And then, he's in construction, I guess, doing well. And the hamster, Patty Graham, I said, he's the chiropractor to the Blue Jays. So he's done very well. And yeah, he came golf with me up at my course up here. So
I thought we were getting Patty Graham on the show.
We are. Once I haven't talked to him since he left. Once he gets closer to the reveal of his book, probably get him on. I gave you Kirk McLean's number. He wants to come on.
Him. That's right too. That's my fault.
Yep.
Rod Schutt's daughter, Meg. Oh,
I think he's been married to Rita for all these years as well. And
really.
I don't know. Don't quote me, but that might be his first wife as well. Don't remember.
Oh, that's odd for a hockey player.
Yeah. Well, so
how's your golf game?
I haven't thrown any clubs. I haven't broken any clubs. I'm hitting the ball pretty well. I'm not scoring great. You get 1 or 2 holes where you take an 8, but
right.
Walking the course, knee is good, back is good.
Good.
Yeah.
So on Wednesday, I went to Fordham University here in Westchester County. They've got 2 campuses, one or more than 2, but one in Westchester, one down in the Bronx. And for a guy that never went to school very much, I was a keynote speaker for a bunch of students wanting to learn about sports business, particularly entrepreneurship. So I spoke to them.
How?
That's a good question. Actually went well too, but I don't know how that happens. But yeah.
Okay, so now hold on. Where would you start to do the homework on that, Tom?
Well, it's basically all the True Grit Life stuff I do. So we talked to them about how, particularly in entrepreneurship, we've got to try things. That's something you just know for sure that you're going to fail sometimes, and that life is not fair, and you understand that going into it. And then when bad things happen, either you make mistakes or somebody else does something to you, you don't sit around and whine about it. You just got to get going more quickly because you already know in advance that those things are going to happen.
How did you start your speech? What's the first couple of lines?
So the first thing was I told them how impressed I was that they were there. This is a volunteer thing. They didn't have to be there. It wasn't a class. It was some juniors and seniors in high school that happened to have this thing at the college. So I thought that was pretty impressive that they would go out of the way. And they're really, sometimes you go make those presentations, kids are really kind of going, oh God, you can listen to somebody else talk. But these young people were very engaged. There's probably about 20 boys and a young girl. And they were really asking a lot of good questions. So it's better that way when you make a shorter presentation and assuming they're going to ask a lot of questions, and then you can get into what they really want to know about. So it was good.
Yeah.
Yes.
So just in a small room, or were you on a podium, or like?
Yeah, small room, but they had a podium up front. But they also all the modern technology, so they had big screens. So they get up. The guy that puts on highlights of me playing. I know it's probably hard to find. Did you ever fight Bobby Nystrom?
Yes, I did.
Did you? Oh,
yeah. Here, so a buddy of mine, Steve Graves. I played with him in Edmonton for a bit. He wanted some pictures of mine. He moved from Toronto. Yes, I have, Jack. I got a big reunion coming up. Thanks.
Did you really? This right?
Yeah, I'm trying. So Steve Graves and I played in Edmonton, and he moved from Toronto, got out of the frickin' hustle and bustle, and moved to Moncton, New Brunswick. He's got 5 acres, put a bunch of dough in the bank, and he wanted a couple of autographed pictures to put up on his wall of fame, his I Love Me wall. But I'm on his I Love Me wall, so of course I send him this one. But that's right. Look at the shoulders.
Look at the stance there. That's professional stance right there. Yeah. That's years of training right there.
That's right. Stick out in front, shoulders square, guys coming at you. No way you're going to get beat on that. Right. And then I just thought I'd throw in this one. Me when I was a youngster.
Oh.
There's me fighting Bobby Nystrom.
Oh, wow.
I didn't do so good in the beginning.
He's a tough dude, though. He never quit.
Yeah.
He would. I want to go back to that. I want to go back to Nystrom, but real quick, the Saudi Golf League. What's your thoughts?
Well, you got to, first of all, let's say you go to a golf tournament. Let's do an analogy. Let's say I go to a golf tournament and people don't know who I am. If Wayne went or Mark went or some of those big names, everybody knows them. When it comes right down to it, you have to look after your family. We didn't make a lot of money. Guys are making, it comes down to looking after your family. What I don't understand is whether or not they have to sign a contract. I thought possibly they sign a contract with the PGA because I heard that they get a pension through that, just like we did. Oh. And I might not be 100% correct on that. So if you're breaking that contract like the guys did in the 70s going to the WHA, that's a different story, right? So, but you want to go where you can make money. Guys are saying, we touched on it. The Saudis and what they did in 9/11, and some of the things that are happening. The world is a fooped up place right now, where the Chinese are doing their thing, and I don't know. So,
I'm with you. I think the whole 9/11 connection to the Saudis, that kind of, and again, it's not right when if anybody crosses the line on that. But I mean, our own government is going over there to ask the Saudis to produce more oil, so that the prices will drop over here because we've stopped producing as much oil. So
yeah, because there's no oil in Texas, there's no oil in Oklahoma, there's no oil, just like there's no oil in Alberta, but we'll import it just to make people happy.
Right.
And our gas prices are $8 a gallon compared to yours, and you're at $5. Come on.
Here, our current president wants to act like he's cleaning the environment, so that's why there's not. So it's okay to include some other country, but not this one. So
it's complete bullshit. We talked about this carbon tax. We don't emit carbon. There's so much greenery in British Columbia and in Canada and the States. We don't emit carbon. Right. It gets sucked up.
Yeah, I know. Well, I'm not a big. I mean, the whole global warming thing too. I mean, there's two. Global warming is one thing, and the what's the other phrase they use for that too? Climate change. Climate change is. So climate change is a guaranteed fact over the years. The temperature has gone up and down. But like now, if you listen to the news, they've just combined the two into global warming, which really isn't the case. It's so. But we can get into a long debate on that. Bobby Nystrom. He got inducted. Barry Shelley tells us he was inducted. Was that picture? Barry Shelley had his picture taken with Bob Nystrom. So so Bob Nystrom, we played against each other all the time. He knocked me out one night, a forearm shiver at the end of a game, had to spend the night in the hospital. But to his credit, he called me. It was a playoff series. So I think it was game 6, whatever. He knocked me out. And then he called me before game 7, and I can't remember if he actually apologized or just said, "Listen, I wasn't trying to hurt you. I was, which I thought was pretty classy by him." And then the same thing when we're shaking hands at the end of the series, he pulled me aside too. So I've always admired him, respected him, but he's a hard man. Man, he played hard. He got a lot out of his career, just like you did. You got a lot out of your career.
Yeah. Well, those teams were pretty well balanced. They could do anything, right? And that's why they won 4 in a row. So, and even that, I fought that little Gary Howitt too. Like those guys, those grinders were. They're tough to play against, man. And then you had the talent, right?
Yeah. And they just would never quit, too, those guys. Like, that's the thing, right? Once you start fighting those guys, like I fought McSorley one time in Pittsburgh there. You went through this all the time, way more than I did. Every time I played him after that, McSorley go, Laidlaw, let's go. You just needed somebody to fight because he was trying to make a name in the league, right?
See, that's why it's so hard when you're big and tough and you're known to fight every day. I'm glad I didn't have to do that. You get in a mood and you go fight, but not to do it every game, like
I know
60 times a year or more.
I know back then that was the thing, right? And like here in the East, I know it was the same thing, Boston or whatever, where you were and all the places you were. But so it's you go play the Islanders. It's Nystrom and Gillies. Bob Bourne could fight. Gordie Lane could fight. They go to Philly, all the guys they had there. Washington, they had tough guys. It was every team you played on or played against. You're gonna have to fight somebody, yeah.
Well, the Islanders not so much because they didn't have that, quote unquote, goon like most of the other teams. But
yeah. So your buddy Doug DeVito, or my smartest guy on the planet, asked Larry if he's going to stick it to your Moose BC this summer, and if I'm invited.
So I've been my calendar is booking up. July, I'm going to Winnipeg to see Sir James Patrick at the estate.
Oh, that's right.
Yep. So that's in a couple of weeks, 15 days, 14 days. And then I'm supposed to go to Edmonton in August for Glennie Anderson's golf tournament. But I don't know if the person that is organizing it is watching this show, but a return text or a phone call would help so I know what's going on. So if I don't go then yes, Danny, I'm going to stick it in your Moose. I would suggest August 9th to 14th.
Is that where Flocky Hockey is?
That's where Flocky is. And we will, if we do go this time, mark it in the calendar. What is August? Let me see here. August. We will do a dual show. That would be him and I, August 11th.
Why don't we do one right now? Why do we have to wait? Does he has a computer or anything? Or?
Well, he does, but you're supposed to text him or email him, and then
that's right. That's right. You know what? You're correct. I admit you're correct. I've dropped the ball on him and Kirk McLean.
No, but then he hit I think his email changed or something was screwed up with his phone or whatever. So we have lots of people lined up. We just got to get on it.
I know.
Get it done.
Get to Mike Rogers, Pierre LaRouche, all those guys. That's my fault. That's me.
I'd like to see Pepe. That'd be good.
Did you play with Pierre here?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I think he got called up, right? He was in first year.
That's
eating
right.
chocolate. Maybe he was eating too much chocolate. That's why they wouldn't bring him up.
It's too much red wine for him.
Well, here's another thing. Craig Patrick, who trades for me to New York, I message him, no reply.
He's not big. He's not big on the text and all kinds. Try him again.
Yeah, I might have to.
Yeah.
So now down to the nitty gritty. I sent you an email which you did not reply to.
I replied to every one of your emails. Don't start that. No.
Okay. So here. So who did I message 3 days ago? And I emailed you immediately 3 days ago. I know you're a busy guy and there's lots going on, but it was of the utmost importance. It's like, FBI freaking.
Who did you contact?
Who did I message? And then I emailed you immediately. I have started the ball rolling for.
I do not recall it. I honestly don't recall. Who
okay, it? So I messaged Jackie, the #1 speed dial on your phone.
You told me that you messaged Jackie?
So you missed that email.
Are you sure? I'll go back and verify that because I don't remember receiving that.
Well, this is what I don't know what's going on. Most of August is open unless I go to stick it in your moose, and September is open. So this is a 2-month warning. Potentially come there, and I know the flights are canceled. I guess it's a shit show at the airports, eh?
Yeah.
So, what do you think? What's going on in August, September for events, and I'd like to know when that golf tournament is.
September is the golf tournament that you dropped out of last year when I got you invited.
Yeah. Do you know the approximate date?
I think it's near the start of like September 15th, I think, something like that.
Sounds good. Okay.
If we're going to do that, I'll tell you, we could do it and do it very easily too. This comedy show, I think we'd have a fantastic, raise some money for it.
We've talked about it. Let's do it. Okay. So that's what, so everybody knows, the thousands of people that are watching this show right now, I've stated it, and that's where we are.
Yeah, but so again, in fairness, you've stated some things in the past that have not come true, right?
Exactly zero. No. And when you and I are sitting on your back deck having, I'll have a beer and clam, and you're having your arete, I will tell you exactly what went on.
Okay.
I would never say I'm going to go somewhere, the flights weren't booked, and not show up. That's not how I operate. There was an underlying reason.
Yeah, that was true. You couldn't be pulled together, is what it was. Your schedule didn't permit.
Thank you. Yeah, and underlying some other underlying reasons. Now, getting to some. So, what happened the other day? Well, I told you I got into a little bit of trouble at the border, right?
Yes.
So so I go across, and we get stopped, and the guy says. First car in line, the guy says, "How much you bringing back into Canada?" I said, $200 worth US. And he reaches down, and I knew where he was reaching for. He's reaching for a freaking self-home COVID test. And I started, Rochelle says, "Why don't you be quiet, Larry?" Because I started swearing at the border guard before I got across the border. So I lost a little bit. That's not something you really want to do. Now I forgot where I was going with this one, because it's kind of, you know what I hate about things, Tom? When you start a story, and the person that's telling the story said, "Hey, I got a funny story. Why don't you let me decide if it's a funny story after you're finished?" All right? I just forgot. DeVito, I was going to go on a soliloquy, and I forgot what the hell I was going to say.
Anyway. How about when somebody's going to go ask you a question and say, "Can I ask you a question?" Just ask the question.
Just ask the question. Right. Can I ask you a question?
That's funny. So you're gonna ask me 2 questions. First, you have to ask for permission to ask me the question.
Yeah.
Then you got.
Hey, I want to tell you something. I think this is a funny story. Let me tell you a funny story. It's not funny until you. Then you're obligated to laugh. I'm not going to laugh at something that's.
I know.
Specifically, I won't laugh because he said it was a funny story.
Okay, so you think about that. So obviously there's some insecurity there where somebody says he's going to tell you a funny story because they're prepping you so that you now will laugh, right? The expectation is you're going to laugh.
I was just going to tell you a funny story that I thought was funny, and I forgot all about where I was going. Anyways,
let me ask you a question. And while you're thinking about that, did you watch the awards show at all for the NHL awards?
I wouldn't watch that. No.
Did you see any pictures of Auston Matthews?
Well, he's got 2 earrings, and his hair is down to his ass.
Oh, but I shouldn't be talking about hair, obviously. But man, he's got a retreating hairline there, and then he's got like the top half, the front half of his head. There's no hair, and the back, it's like. Does he not have any friends or something?
Why do they do it? Why don't they have it like on? Was it one night or a number of? Because they've announced Shesterkin.
Right. I think because of the pandemic. I believe because of the pandemic, they're trying to limit because they haven't done it. They used to do it that way, but they're in Vegas all the time doing it.
One big show.
Yeah. But I saw that picture. He looked like he was from Star Trek or something like that.
Yeah, I saw a glimpse. Again, I don't watch hockey. I think it's a glorified, glamorized. Who gives a shit? But it's nice to win, and of course, we never won anything. So,
yes, we did. Hey, leave my cousin. Is that seriously your cousin? I don't think that's your cousin. Huh. How is family? How's your children? Your beautiful wife?
Good. There's something. God, that pisses me off. So over the last, I don't know, let's say month, I've lost a Garmin watch, a golf watch. I've lost a golf jacket. I lost something else, and I'm starting to forget shit. That's kind of pissing me off. Oh. So, how's the wife?
You can exercise your brain. You can exercise your brain as much as you do your body. Well, you don't exercise your body either.
Well, yeah, I'm working, so I'm always thinking about stuff. I'm always working.
But there's things you can do to exercise your brain more. Plus, intermittent fasting regenerates the cells in your brain and your body too.
Yeah.
Just saying. That's right. Auston Matthews looks like the old Ally Frady. Maybe Ally Frady was the same. Yeah. Oh. What do you wear for pants? Do you get shorts on?
I got the skinny shorts. Okay, so yeah, I got the blue watch with the blue shorts and the baby blue Tommy Bahama. Play after Cologne, the Cologne. Yep. So the reason I have to leave a little early today. So, I'm not mentioning the Edmonton Oilers book, 70 years or whatever they've been in the league, 60 years. I'm not mentioned in other things. I'm not mentioned in Gresh's book. I'm not mentioned in your book.
Who says you're not in my book?
Wait,
incorrect. Incorrect, Bison Breath.
You haven't produced it yet. So, anyways, today I have to leave because, believe it or not, so I have an I Love Me wall in the basement. It's very small. Okay, I got a couple pictures here and there. But so in 1976, I go to Abbotsford Senior Secondary, play BC Junior, and a guy phones me out of the blue and says, "Hey, Larry, we're doing a wall of fame at my high school. So I'm going. There's a wall of fame. So I'm going today at 12. I got to leave here at 5, like 10 to 12, 10 to 3 your time."
You said 5 to 12.
Well, 5 to 12. I'll leave when I want. But anyways, and I'm going to see this picture. There's like 10 of us up on the wall of fame at my high school.
So there's no ceremony. There's no ceremony or anything like that.
I don't think so. I just told him I'm going to come around.
So you're just going to go there to look at yourself?
Yeah, and all the rest of the people. Yeah.
Okay. Nothing wrong with that. Hey.
Yeah. Well,
now, would that be an old picture from when you were there, or is this a picture from?
That would be me with the Stanley Cup.
Oh, the Coupe de Stanley.
And it'll have so it'll be me in a Bruins, Rangers, and Canuck jersey along with the Stanley Cup. So it's like a, what do you call it? Montage. Yeah.
Montage. Yeah. Very good. So
that's why I'm leaving.
So did they really invite you to come over? You said, "Oh, I'm going to come over and look at that."
Well, he's been inviting me for months, and since it's the end of the school year, and I'm going to put the top down with the hair flowing and the sun shining and drive.
Is anybody from the family going over with you, or you just going by yourself?
I'm going by myself. Rochelle has to go to work.
You bring the camera to take pictures?
Well, you got a camera on your phone now, Tom.
Right. So you'll take pictures then?
Probably, yeah. Yeah. Huh. Yeah. So when's the next event you're doing? Is it slowing down now the team's out?
Actually, no. tomorrow, I'm supposed to go tomorrow. It's actually going to do it. I'm doing a voiceover. So some company's putting together some new presentation to pitch to ESPN. And I guess it's regarding they need somebody to do the voiceover. So I'm doing the voiceover for them.
Like
then
money?
Then on Sunday, I'm going to the Pride Parade in Manhattan. Myself and Brian Mullen.
What color are you going to wear that day?
It's who I am is who I am. We wear whatever.
Well, you can't. You got to wear.
No, you don't have to wear anything. No, you don't have to.
Well, you should if you're partaking. I'm just giving you some advice, okay? Some brotherly advice. Is the flag not like red, yellow, blue? There's no black in it, so maybe you should just wear that salmon T-shirt.
Yeah. No, we're fine. We're fine. No, we're good.
All right.
Are you in any Hall of Fames? Or is
No.
it just wall of fame?
One wall of fame. Yeah.
I'm in the Hall of Fame back in my hometown, Brampton, Ontario.
Oh, yeah?
Myself and Rick Nash, 2 NHLers.
And where would that be?
Brampton?
No. Building? Is it like?
It wasn't a different building. They moved it now into a rink that.
Right.
We were at it. There's some tournament. We were at a tournament. John Tonelli and I were coaching a team a few years ago. Some rink in Toronto, in Brampton, and Sarah. And then I'm also in the Hall of Fame up in Northern Michigan University,
Near Frankenmuth.
a little bit north of Frankenmuth. But...
Greta Van Fleet. Oh. Okay, so listen. What is what we've talked about this, and let's see if you remember. Anybody remembers? What are my top 3 or 4 favorite bands?
God, they had that great song, like "Put the Dog in the Microwave" or something like that. What was it? I can't remember.
You can't remember any of my top 4. Like, just think, like who we talked. Maggie's Farm. That's one of the. You were born on Maggie's Farm.
AC/DC.
Okay, excellent. So who's the smarty that remembered that?
Billy Boy.
Billy Contradidiac. All right. So that's one.
Oh, I just got real quick. I know I'm interrupting you. I apologize doing this. Who's Kyle Farnsworth? Somebody mentioned him from last week's show or something. Yeah.
Related to what? Sport? He's not an athlete, is he?
Rage Against the Machine. Deb Murray.
That's right. Okay.
Led Zeppelin.
No.
Got that. Metallica?
No, they only have one good song, Enter Sandman.
Bob Dylan? No, you wouldn't be a Bob Dylan guy, would you?
No.
Susan, thanks. Yes. So this Kyle Farnsworth was a former New York Yankee pitcher. He's now turned into a bodybuilder, and he's jacked.
Oh, yeah?
He's I think he's chemically induced, though, but that's
And where did that come from when we're talking about bands?
Sue is a fan of all New York sports. So she goes to a lot of Yankee stuff. So it was a big deal for her.
Okay, so top 4 would be AC/DC,
right?
Kid Rock, CCR,
Sting,
Rage Against the Machine. But the point I'm trying to make here is August 8th to 14th, 5 days at Madison Square Garden, anywhere from $160 to $250 a night. Rage Against the Machine is there. So I was just wondering, you probably want to go.
What night is it?
August 8th to 15th.
Oh,
5 nights in a row.
I'm busy that whole week there. I'm watching the back.
So I'd like to roving reporter Spazzano should go. Billy Condrattidiak should be going. Just let me know if somebody goes and tell me how it is. All right.
Oh, here's some breaking news here. Like we were all waiting around to see where Ira was. Sorry, I'm late.
That's too bad.
Here, you have something in common with Danny Harrison. His wife loves Rage Against the Machine.
They're unbelievable. They broke up for years. Now they're back together. I can see why. $250 a night. Holy cripe.
So what if a band breaks up? Like, do they have a fight and they break up? Like,
well, it's like you have 5 guys in the band and they're trying to do songs and they don't agree. And, it's like being on the hockey team. You're with the guys every day.
break up though. We hit each other over the head and then we go back to work.
Well, you get traded.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. So, anyways, Rage Against the Machine, they're there. Right now, in Cromwell, Connecticut, it's kind of overcast today, eh? Raining.
Yes, it is a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep.
Well, the pros are in Cromwell. That's about 2 hours from you.
That's right. That's right. Too. Yes. So these guys that just signed over in Saudi Arabia to play, they're not allowed to play in PGA sanctioned events, but they can still play like in the Masters or stuff like that, right?
They can play in those British Open and all those what do they call it? Green jacket. Yeah. So do we consider these golfers, are they athletes or? I think hitting a golf ball is probably one of the hardest things you're going to do. And then walk 7 miles when it's 100 degrees out for 4 days in a row.
Yeah, really.
So when you get up in the morning, what do you walk like? A couple thousand yards, 100 yards, and then go back to bed. And
every day we usually get anywhere like probably about 6 miles in every day.
Oh,
March, but it's a march though. I'm marching. I'm not stopping to hit a little ball, and then I got to tell everybody, "Be quiet! I'm hitting the ball. Like, don't talk when I'm hitting the ball."
yeah.
Lack of attention span or what? Seriously, what is all that? These people spend all this money to go watch these golfers, but then they get yelled at because they're talking while somebody's doing a swing. You're swinging at the club.
It's a people watching event.
Yeah, walking 18 holes is, yeah.
Rochelle, do you want to say hi to Tom? He misses you.
Rochelle's there?
Oh, she is. She's going to come and say hi. Oh,
Nice. Excellent. Things are getting better.
Hi. Where is
Rochelle, how are you?
Good. How are you?
Very good to see you.
Good. I'm just running to a meeting at work.
She needs oil in her car. Can you somebody
I'm
help?
trying to. No, he won't help. I looked.
Well,
I thought you would do that yourself, Rochelle. I thought you'd change the oil yourself.
I'm going. Yes. I just got my overalls there. I'm going to get them on in a second.
And don't forget, there's leaves in the gutters.
I got that.
Okay.
Anyway, how are you? You're good? Are you good?
I'm good. Yes, I recommended you for a job the other day. Some guy was looking for somebody to put siding on his house, and I said that Larry would probably get you to do it.
$100 an hour?
Whatever it takes for you.
I can do it.
Yeah. Okay.
Do it. It's not a problem.
Good.
Whatever.
Good.
Sign
Good
me
to
up.
see you again.
Yeah, it's good to see you too. Okay, I gotta run.
All right. Good luck.
Where's my?
The oil, there's a dipstick. You
No,
dip the dipstick in the.
I just need to know what kind of oil.
Be gentle.
There's a country song out that I can't remember who sings it, but part of it is the guy goes, "Try to keep my wife from figuring out that I married up and she married way down."
Yeah.
I'm gonna send that to Rochelle. Like, man, geez.
Oh, that's not very nice.
What do you say? Something?
No,
I gave you a compliment, Rochelle.
he's cutting me up again as usual. So, hey, did you know that you're into health and wellness and well-being, and did you know that your fingernails and toenails are a picture of your health?
Yes.
You knew that.
How quickly they grow, how strong they are, and all that. Yeah. What you eat.
Scientists actually monitor that. So if your fingernails and toenails don't have fungi, that means you're kind of healthy. And also, you should be flossing. Your teeth also tell you.
Yeah, and your skin also tells you a lot too. How much you hydrate, kind of food you get in, proper fats.
Have you been lubricating in the hot weather?
You know what? Because of you, you know what? I forgot to thank you for that. Because of you, I started to moisturize now.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Can you feel a difference?
Yes, particularly during the summer because there is some skin at the top of my head that's exposed. It was the skin was getting dry, so I realized, you know what, moisturize.
Well,
different.
You're someone that doesn't wear a hat because it's hard to get one that fits.
No, I just don't wear hats. I can find hats that fit. Let me see right here.
Your neck out again?
That's always stiff. I spend too much time looking down at computers. It's a problem.
Well, that massage girl can fix that too. So, anyways, what else are we going to talk about? Oh, so I got invited to Kelowna and Penticton. That's in the interior of British Columbia.
Yeah.
For cherries and apples and oranges and everything, wine country as well.
Right.
And
So
Stewie
you got
Kulak.
invited. Who invited you?
Stewie Kulak.
Oh, cuckoo.
So Yeah, I've been hanging around with Stewie Kulak. So him and his buddies invited me to Okanagan Hockey School golf tournament used to be run by Larry Lund.
Yeah.
Dixon Ward took it over along with Callie Quinn, Pat Quinn's daughter.
Oh.
Great tournament. So I went there, and so getting to a problem. So the golf tournament. I'm Danny. Bear with me. This is a long one. So the golf tournament in Winnipeg. I send my credit card and all my information to a number that I think is my buddy who's running the tournament. Guess what? I don't hear back. It's the wrong number. So now I'm panicking. You don't ever send your credit card number to a phone number. So I'm on the phone. With a person that is not fluent, if you know what I mean.
You sent the credit card information to?
No, he didn't get back to me. So I'm panicking. So I asked my buddy in Winnipeg, what's the guy's number? What's Mike's number? And he says, it's not the one you send it to. I know, Danny, but this gets good. This is funny, Danny. This is a funny story. So I phoned.
Don't laugh because you just told it was funny.
Don't laugh because it's not. So I phoned the credit card company and I get somebody that's not quite fluent, as we do quite often with this type of thing. So I said, can you please tell me if this credit card's been used in June? Because that's when I gave the credit card. So she goes back to May 9th, May 10th. It's a month back. So I'm good. And she says, you do have a charge for $205 at the Ramaten. I say, what? What? I said, excuse, what did you just say? $205. And I'm panicking. I'm starting to sweat because there's more than one. It's like $600 worth of charges.
Right.
And she says, Ramaten. I said, do you mean the Ramada Inn? And I said, yeah, that's it. So the Ramada Inn. So Stewie Kulak says, stay at the Ramada Inn, which is right next to the golf course.
Right.
So I just walk across from the Ramada to the golf tournament. So now, Stewie reminds me of what, so I guess when we're playing in New York, him and I got along and we still get along. We're just giving it. I guess I called him, his nickname was Pid. They said, hey, Pid, how you doing? Hey, Pid. I call him Pid. And it pissed him off more than anybody. He never said anything to me. Well, you know why I called him Pid?
Why?
Well, his first name's Stu. Stu Pid.
That's good. That's good. That's excellent. That's a good one.
Anyways, so I got into the Ramaten. It was a nice hotel, the Ramada Inn, and got to play with Pid. So,
did he know that that's why you called him Pid?
Well, he did after the fact, but I forgot all about it. And then we had a few PBRs on the golf course, and you called me Pid. I said I just call him Cuckoo. So
yeah, that's what I think everybody called him. Yeah, Cuckoo.
Yeah, but I called shit.
Yeah. And
his buddies are just nuts, like completely nuts. Whack. Oh my God. We had such a good time. It was amazing. Anyways, so now, Danny, just relax. Because I've only got like 8 minutes left. So since there's
that Dougie's a good guy, I tell you. He's funny.
Well, hopefully in September or whatever I'll meet him. But I got something for him. I got that hat from Sycamoose for him too. Right. So I'm gonna have a bunch of stuff for a bunch of people.
What is a seed cap? Do you know what a seed cap is? Deb wants to give me a seed cap for that head of yours. They put seeds in it.
Seed capital is what companies use to fund their public companies.
I don't think she means that though.
No, I don't know you. Yeah. What else?
There's something I was going to ask you too, and I can't remember what it was. Something golf related too. Can't remember.
I don't watch hockey, and we've talked about this. Who's playing in the final?
Don't see. Like, here's the part of the thing that I have to defend you all the time because people say that you're grouchy, that you're not informed. You put on this act all the time that you're this grouchy guy and that you don't watch hockey and everything. You're not informed. You're a very intelligent, warm-hearted person. So
I don't lie, but anyways. So whoever's playing in the final, and I don't watch hockey, but
Tampa.
well,
Tampa and Colorado.
a guy that looks like me and talks like me picked Tampa, and I think you guys might have picked Calgary. But anyways,
Yeah, I did. I picked Calgary. Yeah. Well.
yeah. I would suggest at least 5 different plays, instances where those 2 blind guys missed blatant penalties. A chop on Hedman, just ridiculous horseshit non-calls. 5 times.
5 times?
5 times last night, and I don't watch. And that's why I don't watch.
But
and then in overtime, Tampa loses the game because can they not review that?
No, it's a non-reviewable play.
Well, they missed that too. And now Tampa's going to lose. Anyways.
Ooh, there's the Second Amendment. The Supreme Court strikes down New York handgun laws, so you can open carry now in New York.
Oh, that'll be good.
Yeah, they'll be happy about that. Now, where are you at? We shouldn't get into politics too much. I was going to ask you about the Roe v. Wade stuff. How about the Panthers hired Paul Maurice? They fired their coach, Andrew Brunette. They won the President's Trophy. He took over when Joe Quenneville stepped aside.
Yeah. Well, I think there was an underlying something was happening in the back. What do you call that?
Florida?
Yeah.
Apparently, the GM was not convinced that they played well enough defensively. They were not a good defensive team, and he blamed the coach for that. The coach didn't.
Well, as much as I like Winnipeg and going back there and everything, the climate might have something to do with it.
Right. Why Paul Maurice didn't?
Yeah.
Stay? Oh, no. James Patrick nailed that. So went down. Bad, hard guys to coach. One of the rumors is, and this is a good point here by Susan, any chance David could coach in Boston? I have heard rumors that he is one of the guys.
I've heard he's a front runner.
Yep. Boston guy, local guy. I actually liked him as a coach. I thought he did a lot of good stuff. Apparently, from what I understand, I didn't hear this from anybody. I think it was more Kevin Allen stuff, that the veteran or star players just really didn't get along with him here.
Yeah.
But I think a lot of it was due is just they wanted to change everything here. Once Mr. Dolan stepped in and fired everybody, then
I had a few PBRs. There was some stuff on Facebook about the black and orange clowns that hired and wow. Anyways, that's all I'm going to say.
Oh. Black and orange clowns. Don't hired Tortorella?
Don't like him.
Don't like him?
No.
Well, I can see, he is one of those guys you either like him or you don't. There's none in the middle with him. But I think what they needed was real cultural change there, and that's what he does. That's what he's famous for, I think.
Yeah, well, clean house at top, just like Ottawa. Clean house at top.
Well, but that's the thing. Those guys they're going to try everything to not clean house at top. I mean, the guys at the top, they want to
look at what New York did. Look at what New York did, right?
Yeah. I agree.
Yeah. So, Father's Day was good for you?
Yes, it's very good. Yes, we mastered the art of making the sushi.
Yeah.
My sons, who are young men, they're men now, so we had a lot of fun. A few tequilas flowing around. We give each other a hard time. It's good.
Yep.
Yeah.
So here's something that's been bothering me. The world's greatest athlete. We're not sure. So would Bruce Jenner or whatever her name is, would she celebrate Mother's Day or Father's Day?
That's a great question. Oh man.
I don't even.
I laughed at first, and I thought to myself, "That's an excellent question."
What's her name?
I don't know. What is her name?
What do you do?
Well, I guess technically she's a woman now, correct?
Yeah.
Right.
But she or he.
Some of the sports are banning transvestite women from participating.
No,
transgender. Transgender.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I just thought I'd bring that up because Father's Day just came, and I had a good day.
Caitlyn Jenner. Caitlyn Jenner right here. George comes up with that. Thank you, George.
Thanks, Georgie.
So that is a good question, though. It's very seriously. Or maybe she's selfish. She does both, right?
Well, that's what I was thinking. That's what I would do, anyways. Get gifts on both. Yeah.
But dude, does your family get you much for your birthday?
Actually, quite a bit. So I was golfing and the weather was kind of shitty. I said, Rochelle, I'm going to take a day off. Okay, a couple of days off, no golfing. Let's don't plan anything. The morning of, I shower it pretty much every day. So I get up, I have a shower. She tells me, hey, I just booked the golf course for 3:15. Let's go have some drinks up at the golf course. It's a nice view of the mountain and of the city and that. And I said, oh shit, I wasn't going to do anything. So I went and hit balls at the range for an hour and a half. Went and had 4 PBRs or Miller Lights or whatever. Her and I sat and had some drinks, and I got quite a bit of stuff. It was really good. It was good.
Oh, this is some sad news, Bill. I didn't know Bill was friends with Tony Siragusa, but I'd like to know. I've heard people talk about. I listen to Boomer Esiason every morning, and he said some great things about him. What a great person he was and everything. And we know Kenny Albert pretty well, who worked with him. It was Kenny Moose and Goose. Yeah. And Kenny always had great things to say about him too. He died. I guess he died in his sleep, like he's mid-50s or something.
55. Yeah. Here's why do they never tell? I'm curious to know. They never say what has happened. You know, if Chrissy Everett has cancer, so you know that she'll possibly pass away from cancer. But
right.
If you don't know, nobody states how the person died. I'm curious to know.
Well, they do sometimes. It got out that Siragusa died in his sleep, right?
Yeah. So what? Heart attack, probably.
Yeah. But why? Seriously, why would you think people need to know that?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Why not?
Yeah. Oh yeah, we could do this. You know, when you come here though, we got to film all this. It's like it's going to be like a documentary, the Larry Melnick trip.
Okay, we already told Ira that we're going to go to a restaurant. Tommy and I are going to sit at the bar. He's going to sit behind us at a table. And Ira, you can come and do whatever you want as long as you pay for everything. That's all. All right?
I'm not going. We're going to go in public with Ira?
Sure. Why not? It'll be fun. Bring DeVito. Bring Spazzano. Who else wants to come?
Well, Deb and Bill and George.
Well, yeah, we'll have an itinerary set out. We got to go to the liquor store. How's Dave? I haven't talked to Dave. I should message him.
Yeah, I haven't talked to him in a while either. He would miss the games there. I believe he had COVID there. That was in the Pittsburgh series, I believe. But he's fine now.
Yeah. That's too bad.
All right. So here's a good question. You got to go soon, I know.
Yeah.
But who are we picking as MVP? Who's going to win the Conn Smythe if we had to vote for it today?
Conn Smythe. Well, who is the scout that chose Cale Makar out of the junior B or junior out of Alberta Junior?
I don't know who that was.
But I think who's got the most points? McDavid. So I don't think he can win.
Yeah, and then that's interesting. Dreisaitl's number 2.
Yeah.
And we actually had that discussion that one of those guys could potentially be, they were probably better than anybody. Nathan McKinnon hasn't done much in the finals, so I would put him there. That's a good question. You got to go with Makar then, right?
Yeah, well, that's why I asked the question. Yeah, that guy, that scout should be paid a bonus.
Well, it's the scouts that drafted us. Do you know who drafted you? Who was fighting for you?
Out of Boston through New Westminster was Barton Bradley.
Oh. And
his son, I played with his son. The hell is his first name? Bradley. Yep. So he was the one. Yeah.
God, it's awful. I can't remember the guy's name right now, too. Nice older gentleman. What's his name? I'll figure it out. Oh, you get people fired up here for the refs for MVP. I think the refs. Interesting. So you're going to leave now. You're going to go take a look at stand there and take a look at yourself on a wall in school.
I got to get in the convertible. Yeah, I got to go. Next week, maybe we do something different.
Yeah, we get somebody. I got to get on it. I got to get back to Kurt McLean, Ronnie Flocky hockey, Ray Clearwater. Thank you, Doug. Thank you, Ray Clearwater. How did you know that, Doug? Ray Clearwater.
Because Danny listens. He listens to people and he learns. Right. So
He does. Yes, he does. Yep. All right. Well, good luck with that. We're going to get Mike Rogers on as well. You're right. I actually have called him Enjoy Larry. I don't want to enjoy Larry. I have my doctorate in hockey.
Oh, geez. Okay, thanks, guys. See you
All right,
next
guys.
week.
I'll stay on for a little bit. If everybody's got questions, we'll go. But see you, Mel. Good luck looking at yourself. Maybe take a picture of yourself, taking a look at your picture of yourself.
Yeah, that's a good idea. All right.
Somebody take a picture of you taking a look at your picture.
See ya.
See ya. All right. Anybody got any questions or anything like that? We can talk about Larry now that he's gone behind his back. Peel, see. Oh, I got to call Tim Peel too. That's right. I apologize, Doug. So I got some people to call. I got to get on things. All right. So it looks like no more questions. Great show. We don't know what happened to Gresh. His sister is here representing the Greshner family, so we're all set. So good show, everybody. We'll see you next week.